The West Tigers just unveiled our lineup for this upcoming clash against the Newcastle Knights, and let me tell you guys, it is nothing short of electrifying, and I can't wait to dive into it today. Before we do that though, I am Geordie. Welcome back to the channel. This is another deep dive on all things West Tigers, and if you are feeling even half as fired up as I am about this weekend's matchup, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new and haven't already, because it helps me and the algorithm out a ton. Plus, this is so exciting. This team list is so exciting. It feels like a turning point for us as a club. There is a real buzz going around right now, and I want to break it all down, analyze it, just get real with you about our strategy, in my opinion, concerns definitely, and then how we can absolutely and should beat the Knights this weekend. So let's start with the big one. Jarome Luai, our boy, is back. I mean, this guy has been the talk of the season. The signing that, made us all believe things were finally turning around for us, and now he is stepping back onto the field in Tigers colours, orange, black and white, after serving his annoying suspension. This is the game that I think will make a statement, and that we need to make a statement on as well. We've seen glimpses of his leadership and his energy just around the group, but now it's time to see what he does when the game is on the line. And what I'm most excited about with Luai, I think, is that he brings more than just flair. He brings the structure, the know-how, just the ability to steer the ship as well and pull the trigger, when to go wide, when to just stay narrow, and that control that's been missing for years. So that control, that calm but confident decision making, his return is going to give Galvin so much more freedom to play his game and structure as well, run the ball, link up with Buller, support plays. So how do you see this combo working out for this game in specific? Because personally, I don't know what else I would want going into this game. So now let's talk about another big person coming back, Jeral Skelton. I cannot lie, guys. I was buzzing when I saw his name back on the team sheet. This guy is just pure excitement. He's got that raw, explosive speed that probably, I don't see a whole lot, around the team. And so having him... we had Luke fill in, and he was phenomenal, and I want more of him. But having him back not only creates line breaks, but forces the defense. I think they're going to have to think twice before jamming in, right? He's still got things to polish up, sure, but his potential is absolutely massive, and he is on fire. And one thing I do really love about Skelton is that he doesn't just wait for the game to come to him, right? He chases it. He chases the footy. He's super aggressive on both sides of the ball. And when he is on, the game can be a game breaker. He will make plays and decisions that will be game breaker decisions as well. So with Skelton out wide, combined with people like Taruva and Dewey out there as well, we suddenly have one of the most unpredictable and I would say dangerous backlines in the comp. And the question is, can we give them enough clean balls to make it count and see what they can do? Speaking of people coming back, Samuela Fainu also returns, and this might be flying under the radar, but it shouldn't be, because he's one of those guys who does the hard work and doesn't always get the headlines, right? And he is crucial for the flow of our game this weekend. He's strong in defense, he has great footy IQ, and he just gives us absolutely flexibility off the bench or in the starting pack, and I bloody love that. And with the guys like him in the mix, it allows us to really adapt mid-game, in my opinion. If the Knights start winning the ruck or dominating the middle, Fanu's the type of guy who come in and shift momentum, shake things up with his work rate and his effort areas, right? And speaking of dominating the middle, Royce Hunt and Taylan May, these two are going to be absolutely essential this week. The Knights pride themselves on their defense, one of the best in the comp. They are not flashy by any stretch of the imagination, but they do hit hard and they do know how to hold their line. If we're going to have any chance of bending that line, it starts with those post-contact meters. It starts with those big carries. Hunt and May need to set the tone on that end. I want to see Taylan May punching through the first hit up, drawing in defenders and setting up for a quick play of the ball or an offload, right? Then Royce follows, then Fainu, and then we are freaking rolling down the back line, and that is the rhythm we need, I think, to unlock the defense and give our halves time to play the game that we all know and love. Who do you think's got it in this week? Do you think that these guys are definitely the ones we need to believe in? But yeah, I don't know. It all starts up front, and I've been saying for a few weeks now, we need more bigger boys up front. So let's get into our halves, because it starts up front, and then it moves to our halves later on in the set. And I touched on Luai and Galvin already a little bit, but this week I think it's going to be about chemistry. It's about trusting each other. Galvin has been a standout definitely all season, but last game he just wasn't showing any maturity, and with all the contract stuff, I don't know. So when pairing him with people like Luai, it means he doesn't have to carry everything on his shoulder. He can be selective, sure, and he can run when like it is on, and Luai can orchestrate the rest. So their kicking game, I think, will be absolutely vital as well. Short kicks behind the line, high bombs to test the Knights wingers, and most importantly, finding touch when we need a breather, right? Those 40-20s, and just kicking it in the touch as well. We can't afford cheap turnovers this week, but we do need to play smart, and I'm hoping to see a bit more support play from them too, like trailing our big man, looking for those offloads. What would you like to see from Galvin and Luai this week? Let me know in the comments. Get the conversation started. Now, we can't go or forget about the danger on the other side, because let's be real, they got someone like Kalyn Ponga. This guy can flip a game in a moment. Like, he'll test our edges all day long, especially if we start getting lazy around the ruck. And if we start getting lazy around the ruck, that's why our defensive structure has to be on point. Line speed has to be on point. Communication and trust and unity has to be on point. We can't afford to be ball watching or drifting in like we saw against the Warriors. I'd love to see Buller have one big one defensively here too, shadowing Ponga, making those desperate last line stops when needed. And if we can limit Ponga's involvement, or at least slow him down, I think we cut off half of Newcastle's attacking strike. Would you guys agree? But let's take a step back and really appreciate the team that we have built and are building so far. It wasn't that long ago, guys, that we were trying to survive games. Now we were actually talking about executing complex games, game plans, putting pressure on teams, big winning teams, and winning in general. That is growth. That is development in a team. That is belief. And while Luke Laulilii isn't playing this week, I just want to say how impressed I was with him last week. His commitment was unreal. Samuela Fainu, the way he chased every ball, threw himself into tackles, caught high kicks under pressure. That is why I think we want people like him. We want young guns. That is the standard. And my honest opinion, man, we've got to lock people like that in. People like him, De Silva, those are the guys that we need to invest in, and those are the guys that are the future of the club and that are loyal, right? So here's my question for you. How do we fit people like Luke or Fainu into our backline long term? Because as good as our backline is now, we need to think long term, and he is clearly part of that puzzle. And I don't know, Galvin just hasn't been doing it for me the last few weeks, and especially this past game against the Broncos, he was all over the place. I get his teammate Luai was out, but we do need to figure that out. I don't know. And another big rumor right now is Taylan May. Nothing is confirmed yet, but it is looking more and more likely, isn't it? I heard Manly dropped out. The rumor mill is absolutely hot right now, and if he does join, what does that mean for our backs as well? Do we rotate? Do we move someone to center? Do we push guys like Skelton to fight even harder for their spot? These are the kind of challenges we want to have. This is the kind of depth that we want to have, and these are some, at the same time, current boys, we need to be building the culture right and seeing who is loyal. What would you like Taylan May, what would you do? Let's go with this. What would you do if Taylan May signed tomorrow if you were Benji Marshall? Where would you put him? Let me know in the comments, where would you put him? Because at the end of the game, this week's game is going to be huge. So not just for the points, but for the confidence. We need to get into rhythm. We need to set a tone. We are coming off a rough loss and a rough second half against the Broncos, and we need to freaking respond. The team list says we are serious. It is the best of the best in this club. The energy says we are ready, but now it is all about execution. I'm backing our boys to step up, to hit hard, to run smart, and to play with freaking heart. They need to be running so hard that I want to hear thuds coming through the TV. So, who do you think's got the first try? Who do you think is the player to watch this game? And what matchup are you most excited for? And what is your final score prediction? Let me know all your thoughts for this coming game in the comments below. Drop it all below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more Tigers Talk daily, as we drop daily episodes on this show, NRL Deep Dive. This is going to be a freaking massive week, guys. I cannot friggin' wait for the game. Let's go get that win. And as always, you guys are bloody legends. Thanks for tuning in, mate. We have so much to dream big about, baby. Man, there's nothing really more to say other than Geordie out.